All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makar Kodash. I say double honor to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone for teaching his word in truth and sincerity and for ruling well. And salutations to my fellow Akim across the four corners of the globe, preaching and prophesying in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. It is the brother Gabar Yahweh from GMS Hawaii, coming to you with another quick lesson. And this one is video that you see in front of you. And it's entitled, this is from Sky News, it's entitled, Prince William expresses profound sorrow over slavery in Jamaica's speech. Okay, and you got this Edomite, this devil, all right, standing up here talking about he's sorry for the horrific slavery that our people, namely the tribe of Benjamin, had to face over there in Jamaica and in the Caribbean. While these Edomites get to dress up in their suits and ties and fancy gowns and sit at the table full of sellout Negroes, okay, so-called Negroes at a table, claiming to be sorry. That ain't enough. Okay, sorry didn't do it. You did it. You know, and you Edomites, you're gonna have to pay for what your forefathers did. You're gonna have to pay for the crimes of your forefathers because you are your forefathers, and especially for the slavery that you put our people through. You know, slavery in Barbados, Jamaica, and the Caribbean islands was extremely harsh. I mean, it was harsh everywhere in America, South America, namely in Brazil. But over there in Jamaica and in the West Indies, slavery was horrid, man. You know, and our people suffered the worst kind of slavery under the hands of you devils, man. So for you to stand up there on a podium, okay, and claim to be sorry, that's all bullshit. Okay, because you Edomites starting off with the super elite. Some of these people like Prince Harry, his father, Prince Charles, his wife, their children, they're going to have to go into slavery, okay? Because that's the will of the Lord. That was the will of the Lord. So you Edomites, you're going to have to pay. So let me play a little bit of this video, and then we'll hit some scriptures.
To apologize for the painful past.
I strongly agree with my...
1953 was when the Queen first came here, when Jamaica was still a British colony. Now all eyes on her grandson, under pressure to apologise for the painful past.
I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history.
Well, that's in the scriptures. It says that shameful spewing was going to be on your legacy. This is the book of Daniel. I'm sorry, the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse Habakkuk chapter 2, verse Slakia. Habakkuk chapter 2, it might be in 3. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory, drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Right, and you Edomites, you're walking in your glory. But your glory is tainted, even he said it, with the atrocity of slavery, especially with you English, who got all kinds of money. And when when England ended slavery, when slavery was ended in England, they paid all of those wealthy merchants and wealthy plantation owners reparations, but they gave our people nothing. All right, they gave them pseudo freedom. And now this devil in 2022 wants to stand up and say he's sorry. You didn't just put regular people in the work camps. You didn't just put individuals to work for you. No, you destroyed our people. Okay, you robbed them, you raped them, you murdered them, and forced them to do free labor for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay, before you decided that you wanted to end what you call chattel slavery, which chattel slavery supposedly ended in England before it did North America. But North America is nothing more than a colony of England. Okay? And these wealthy families, these aristocrats, they are still spending that same money. The reason they get to sit in splendor is because of that whole atrocity of the transatlantic slave trade, among many others. Okay? So sorry is not going to fix that.
Express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened. While the pain runs deep, Jamaica continues to forge its future with determination, courage, and fortitude.
Father Sean was one of those who wrote an open letter asking William to acknowledge the royal family's
Abhorrent, and it should never have happened. While the pain runs deep, Jamaica continues
Yeah, he
to
says it
forge
should never happen, but they didn't care. They still got rich off it.
its future with determination, courage, and fortitude.
Father Sean was one of those who wrote an open letter asking William to acknowledge the royal family's role in the slave trade. He was left disappointed.
It is always disappointing when responsibility is not taken for certain actions. And certainly this is not just any action, it's crimes against humanity.
Earlier in the day, in a surprisingly blunt meeting in front of the cameras, Prime Minister Andrew Holness had already alluded to the protests.
We are moving on, and we intend to attain in short order with our people and fulfill our true ambitions and destiny.
Yeah, their true ambitions. You know, Jake will sell out for a position of power, you know, and they're pushing the super elites agenda over there in Jamaica, which is to chip the population, right? To re-enslave the population by way of economics, okay? By way of this new monetary system. You see? Trying to make this devil's never going to feel bad for what he's done. They don't care, all right? And that's why when they go down, we're not going to care. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16, because see, sorry ain't not gonna cut it, Prince William. All right, Jeremiah 30 and 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So, you starting with you Edomites, starting with you elite Edomites. Let me go back to this. Starting with your elite Edomites, okay, you're going to go into captivity. That's the repayment for what you've done to us. All right? And then the rest of you heathen nations, and the elites of the heathen nations first, and then the rest of your population are going to go into captivity. Because you're the chief adversary. So all our adversaries are going to go into captivity. All right? This is Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 21. 14, verse 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Because this guy is sitting up here saying he's sorry, like his family didn't benefit and aren't still benefiting from the chattel slavery that they put our people through. Both of the Northern Kingdom, the so-called native Indians of the Caribbean islands, and in the Americas, as well as the so-called Negroes from Europe and from West Africa that you put in the hardcore captivity. While y'all were dragging millions of our people over here to be forced to work for no pay, forced to endure the harshest oppression known to mankind. See, this guy said, the Reverend, he said it was a crime against humanity, but it wasn't. It was a crime against the Israelites. It was a crime against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Because you didn't just put any old nation in a captivity. You put the Lord's people in the captivity. And you're going to pay for that. It says, it's Zechariah chapter, chapter 2, verse 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. So you touch the apple of the Lord's eye, and you're going to have to pay for that. And again, sorry is not going to cut it. Sorry is not enough. Reparations is not enough. It's not going to cut it. You're going to have to, that debt is going to have to be paid through your blood. That's why the scripture says, again, going back to Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21, it says, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, because in all reality, they are their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the faces of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, says the Lord. Because that's who the seed comes through. Okay, that's who the seed comes through. And so you heathen nations, especially you Edomites, you're gonna get it, man. You're gonna get it because you put the Lord's people into captivity. Revelation 13:9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So you put somebody into captivity, you don't tell them, I'm sorry. You go into captivity. If you kill somebody with the sword, you don't tell them, I'm sorry. You get your judgment is you going to get put down with the sword. So says the word of Yahweh Shai. Here it is, these devils, they can come down and speak these sweet words, and Jake just eat it up. You know? They just eat it up. And these puppet leaders that they prop up, oh, we're just going to move on. We're just going to move on forward with our agenda. And that agenda is to enslave the people again, once again. And then while these Edomites get wealthy and rich off the backs of the children of Israel, and not only us now, they want to put the rest of the nations in straight up captivity. And these other nations, their own people, are signing off on it, man. Showing you that the leadership doesn't care about the people, man. Which we don't care about you heathens anyway. But when it come to us, it's hands off, man. Okay? So again, sorry is not enough, Prince William. You're gonna have to repay that debt with your body and your children and your children's children. And y'all gonna suffer the most brutal slavery that was ever enacted on a nation ever. Because what y'all did to our people was way too much, man. Way too much. This is Daniel 9:12. And I ain't gonna make this too long. Daniel 9:12. And he have confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem. So the slavery that our people had to encounter, the oppression that our people continue to encounter, had to and continue to encounter, the fact that our women are turn their backs completely against us and serving our enemies, as well as the men. Okay, you other nations ain't suffer that. And you devils the only ones that can commit mass genocide, mass enslavement, mass land theft, mass robbery, mass identity theft, and all you get to do is say, I'm sorry. But that ain't it. The Most High is going to get you. All right, so with that, I say shalom.